the thing that he remembers about Atlanta most is how people held space for him and how people cared for him. He doesn't associate the legal bullshit that he's been with nearly as much as he remembers like how inspiring it was to see how people cared for one another and created that strong base for us to continue resisting.
What was it like for you to see him?
He said something that really stuck with me, and it's still just kind of hard for me. He said, and I guess he read it on me. He said, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm very thankful that you were there that night to try to talk that officer down, and because of just how wild the situation was. And he told me to also do my best to stay on the outside. So, well, because he said it.
Did he say anything about his conditions of his detention?
I mean, still incarceration, but a little bit better than the DeKalb jail, which was a hellscape. Another thing to note is that Victor was wearing red garments. They have a color system where blue is people that have had minor offenses, don't have many issues, but red is for people that they are, essentially showing, or they believe, some sort of a danger to the community. And because of these domestic terrorism charges, which is the same reason that he's here in the first place, what put his immigration status in jeopardy at all is the same reason why he's wearing this, where he's essentially red-shirted, for people to treat him as if he is some hardened, very dangerous person that they need to watch out for, despite us knowing that that's all a lie.
Do you have any updates on his case?
I don't feel comfortable sharing any of that information.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
How was it?
Really glad to see Victor. And God.
Come on. Let's get out of the sun.
Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. We're live here again in Stewart County, Georgia, at the Stewart Detention Center. You can see the sign over on the right there. It says Core Civic. Core Civic is like a private prison that is holding prisoners here for ICE. People were here earlier, are still here, but on our stream earlier, we heard from several clergy members who are here demanding that ICE release Victor Puertas, who's an Indigenous climate activist who's been involved in a lot of different environmental and social justice campaigns over the last decade. But Victor Puertas was arrested on March 5th at the Stop Cop City Music Festival in the South River Forest. Basically grabbed seemingly at random in a potential racial profiling incident. Victor was really violently arrested, tasered and choked, and was held in the DeKalb County Jail for 90 days, but was not indicted. And since they were not indicted, they were released, but then they were picked up on ICE by ICE after he was released, because he is undocumented. And so people are here basically demanding ICE release him and cease any deportation proceedings. The domestic terrorism charges against Victor Puertas are essentially those leveled against everyone arrested on March 5th and other dates associated with the Stop Cop City movement. Everyone picked up that day hasn't had any evidence presented against them in court that links them to like the sabotage attack of a construction site that happened earlier that day. People are accused of being guilty just based on having mud on their clothes or the color of their clothes or the fact that they were just at the gathering about a mile away. So if you'll just bear with me for possibly another few minutes here, we're going to be speaking or hearing from I believe 2 reverends who just got done. We've been waiting for quite a few hours in the heat here outside the Stewart Detention Center. I think we're going to hear from people who met with Victor Puertas inside the facility. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. If you go back earlier, you can hear some of Reverend Matthew Johnson's comments about visiting Victor Puertas. People are going to be speaking again, and we should be able to live stream it for you about hearing from Victor Puertas inside the Stewart Detention Center. But we're going to take the stream down now and come back up. We're kind of like providing the lens to the situation here as best we can. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take the stream down, and but you'll be hearing from people that met with Victor Puertas shortly. The heat is very intense here, so people are more eager to speak from an air-conditioned environment. Yeah, we'll be coming back to you shortly. Thanks for watching.